So we're going to go ahead and get started. Basically what I'm going to do is talk through how to request transcripts through Naviance and use Naviance as a resource for college and career and scholarship information. I'm going to toggle back and forth between the PowerPoint and the Naviance website so you guys can see what it looks like. And if you have questions as I'm explaining stuff, feel free to raise your hand. I want to make sure that you remember all the questions that you have and that they get answered right away. This took about an hour the first time I did it, so I'm anticipating it'll be about the same. And yeah, so let's get started. Okay, overview. This is what we're covering. College application process, tests, Naviance, scholarships, the common application, NCAA stuff, the timeline for college, your senior project briefly, and some upcoming dates to be aware of. All right, college application process, step one. The first thing that you need to do is research colleges and universities to finalize your list of schools that you want to apply to. So many of you hopefully have started doing this already, have done some visits this summer, and have an idea of the schools that you want to apply to. I encourage you to apply to at least 5 colleges. And you need to have at least 1 reach school, 1 safety school, and a couple of probable schools that you're pretty sure you'll get accepted to. Some things to consider, I have listed here, 4-year versus 2-year, private versus secular, public versus private, Christian versus secular, etc. So as you're researching, be thinking about what is the best fit for you. So, and plan on applying. I would encourage you to apply to at least 5. You don't have to. I'm endorsing that though. Next step is to plan to take and retake and study for the SAT and or the ACT. Just a reminder, I kind of hounded you guys about this last spring, and I'm going to remind you again that NCS will pay for you to take the ACT once. So I would encourage you to sign up and take it. You have nothing to lose, and you'll just give your receipt to Mrs. Jolly in the guidance office, and she'll reimburse you I think it's $36 or so for that test. I just wanted to, yeah, go ahead.
And that's just with the non-writing, correct?
Non-writing, yeah. And I would encourage you not to do the writing for the ACT. Colleges don't require it.
Some do.
Well, yes, yeah. Double check, but a lot of them will consider your essays as the writing sample. I wanted to tell you about some new test prep options. Mr. Schoaf is doing an SAT prep course starting August 25th to prepare you for the October SAT. So if you didn't do the one in the spring, or if you want to redo it to prepare for the October SAT, you can sign up for that on his website, 2400satprep.com. There is a cost for it. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but all the information's there. You can also Google your local area. So if you live in Virginia Beach or Chesapeake or Norfolk, you can Google that area to see what local SAT or ACT test prep, like what prep options are available to you, because they'll do some different ones in different areas at different public high schools. You can find free resources for the SAT on the College Board website, or for the ACT on the actstudent.org website. And I will let you know this as you're jotting everything down. I'm going to email you this PowerPoint, the parents. So I'm going to email you the PowerPoint, and I'm also going to make it available on our website. And Alex is videotaping this session as well, and I'll make it available on our website as well. So just an FYI that's happening. So lots of opportunities to prep for the SAT or ACT, and I do encourage you to take your test more than once. You should. So, thinking about that. Some colleges will require the SAT 2 subject tests, and so you should have an idea of who they are. And you can see the different dates that the SAT 2s are being offered. I'd encourage you to take 3 of the subject tests, and then just send your highest 2 to the colleges if they require it. And you can check with me if you're not sure if your college requires it. You can check with me, but it should be on their admission website as well. For SAT or ACT scores, when you register for the SAT or ACT, you can usually choose up to 5 colleges, including the NCAA, to send your scores to for free. So there's pros and cons. The pros are it's free, and if you send it individually to each college, I want to say it's about $10 per college to send the scores through the College Board. The con, you can view it that way, would be that the colleges get to see your SAT or ACT scores before you do, so you're not sure what you got, and they'll get to see it. But if you think about it, colleges are super scoring. They're taking the highest critical reading, highest math score, highest writing score that you have on the SAT. So they're going to see all your scores anyway. So I encourage you to do it, but at the same time, I understand if you don't, but just know you'll be paying a little bit more to send them individually. And you do need to actually go to the College Board website or the ACT website to request to have your scores sent to each college. You can check to see if the colleges will accept your SAT or ACT scores on your high school transcript, because if they do, we're happy to put them on there for you. We just won't automatically do it. So you can let us know, please put my scores on there, and then it'll be free for you that way as well. But some colleges will only accept it if it comes directly from the College Board or the ACT. Okay, newsflash, there are some test optional colleges out there. So I wanted to just briefly touch on this so you know that you have an option, possibly. Students who have a minimum 3.5 GPA and have taken challenging course load through their time at Norfolk Christian, they may be able to apply test optional at specific colleges. And that just means that the SAT or ACT scores are optional for admission, they're not required. You can see I list the pros and the cons. So pros are students who do well in school but maybe don't test well, do gain an advantage. Colleges see that you take the courses that you've taken, they see that you've done well in those courses, and they will accept you based on that. And that's why if you have a minimum 3.5 GPA, that's a good route for you to go if you didn't test super well. The cons are that many colleges do award scholarships based on your SAT or ACT score as well as your GPA. And so they may want to see the SAT or ACT score in order to award a scholarship. You'll just have to talk to the admission office and see which one they recommend. And a lot of colleges will look at a student's transcript and their test scores, and they may actually tell the student, do you want to apply test optional? So just know that they might do that, but you need to be on top of it too. I listed some of the more well-known Virginia colleges here that do allow students to apply test optional, but there are hundreds of colleges all over the United States that are test optional, and if you could just go online, do test optional colleges or whatever, and you'll get an entire list of colleges and universities that will do this. So pretty exciting. Okay, so you've researched, you know where you want to apply, you've decided I'm going to study hard, I'm going to retake my SATs and ACTs, and now you need to think about writing your essays or a personal statement for your college applications. So first of all, I'm going to plug my college essay workshop tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. here. We have an assistant dean from William & Mary who's going to come and present on writing a strong and creative essay. So it's going to be, she'll present for about 45 minutes or so. She'll be able to answer questions, and then you can stick around for an optional hour and start an essay. I'm going to have the Common App essay questions available and some paper and a pen, and you can start an essay, and I'm happy to edit any essays or proofread them once they're done, whether it's tomorrow or later on in the school year. So I did give you a couple of helpful websites as well. Essay Hell, yes, I hate the name. I'm embarrassed every time I promote it, but it's a really, really good blog that has tons of prompts and for the Common App essays and for other essays, and just how to write a creative one and tell your story. And it's just written really well, so there's a lot of good resources there. I'm probably going to touch on it a little bit tomorrow after the William & Mary presentation. But there's some other ones too that I gave you to refer to write a good essay. And I think the biggest takeaway that you can have is make sure someone proofreads it, whether it's me or a teacher or a parent or someone proofreads your essay before you send it in. That's a must. So essays and personal statements. And finally, naviance. And there is a lot of naviance that I need you to to know about. So that's what we're going to talk about. Logging into Naviance many times, often, not just, once every other month. It's going to be good. Here's the login here. The login information, you can also find it on our website. If you go to norfolkchristian.org and click on academics and then guidance home, and then you'll see Naviance that you can go to. Hopefully most of you aren't first-time users, but I understand if you might be. It's all good. I'm not no judging. There is a code that you were given at the junior college night, or we have it available in the guidance office that you can use to sign up. And if you're a returning user, you should already have a username and password. Students, it should be your Norfolk Christian email. If you've forgotten or lost your username or password, I'm here to help. So you can get that from the guidance office from myself or Mrs. Jolly. So we're going to get you logged in. When you log in, you're going to, the first thing that pops up is the home page. This is what it looks like. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to toggle back and forth. So show you what's here. There's a welcome message, and I'll show you that. And I do have a welcome message for every month. I'm going to update it. So it might list, what you should be focused on this month, maybe upcoming events, different things like that. So even if you just log in once a month and see what's there, it's going to be helpful. And then there's also links on the side that are specific for scholarships, for financial aid and the FAFSA, for the Common App, for Christian college stuff. Tons of different things. They're just click and you go. So it's an easy access for that. And then there's a Naviance app for your iPhone that is pretty cool, and students can use that to kind of search colleges and things like that. So, log in. Yep, there you go. So here's your welcome message. This is what you should be seeing right now, and then you can see the different links right here. All right.
Does the app work on Androids?
What was that?
Does the app work on
It
Androids?
doesn't. It's just I think it's just iPhone. That's all I've seen. All right. So many times I do that. This time, start at the beginning. Okay, so your pre-application steps. You should update your My Profile in the About Me tab. Then I'll show you where this is. And students, you need to complete the student information for recommendation survey. If you haven't done that already, I was pushing that on you at the end of the school year to do that. And there's a high school extracurricular activities record. I'll show you where those surveys are found. And just so you know, big and bold letters, your transcript packet will not be sent to colleges until you complete these surveys. The student information for recommendation survey is information that I'm going to be able to look at and your teachers are going to be able to look at so that we can write a very personal and creative recommendation for you. I've been here for a year, got to know some of you pretty well, but some of you not so well. And so the stuff that you put in here is some stuff that I can kind of grab from and use to talk about your interests and your strengths in the classroom and things like that. And the same with the teachers. They're going to be able to look at this and be able to write a very descriptive letter for you. These high school extracurricular activities record is super important because that's the information that Mrs. Jolly is going to put on your transcript. So this is all the clubs and activities that you've been involved in while you've been at Norfolk Christian, any leadership positions you've held. She used to hand out a piece of paper to all the seniors and have the seniors get the paper back. This replaces the paper. So parents, you have access to just the high school extracurricular activities records. So you can check and make sure that your students don't forget anything. So again, music, drama, sports, clubs, activities, any leadership position while at Norfolk Christian needs to be on there, anything that you can think of. Parents, you are going to do the parent brag sheet, and that's what I'm going to be able to look at and what teachers. So,
So for the high school extracurricular activities record, that's just starting freshman year?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Freshman.
Not prior to?
Not prior to. Freshman through senior year. So anything that students are planning on participating in.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Does that also include community activities?
Anything that's through Norfolk Christian, so I mean if there's a mission trip, or I know that they'll do when they work with the school, I can't remember what that's called, but the working with the school and doing the tutoring, like that would be a club, but nothing community service wide on the transcript. That would be a good resume to send to for students to send with their college application to include community service and stuff like that. So. So yeah, so parents have their brag sheet, and then also reviewing the high school extracurricular activities record. And then also you want to update your list of colleges under the colleges tab, and I'll show you where that is, usually using the colleges I'm applying to link. If any of you used Naviance to do some research, there's colleges I'm thinking about, and now you want to move those colleges to colleges I'm applying to. So I'll show you where that is. All right, so here is the About Me tab. And you can see here are the surveys right here. And I already took the senior survey, so it's not there, but it would be under right near the graduation survey, and then there's the high school extracurricular activities record. Parents, this is also where you'll see the parent brag sheet, same tab for you. And then you're going to want to go over to colleges, and here's the colleges I'm applying to link, and I'll show you kind of what you need to do to go there. Okay, so to update the colleges list, like I said, you're going to go to the colleges tab, click on the colleges I'm applying to link, and then add to this click on add to this list, use the lookup button to add colleges. So, you're going to look up the college right here. I'll show you this. Then you're going to choose the type of application right here. And then you're going to request the transcripts here, so when you add the colleges to this list, you can actually check a box and you'll automatically request the transcript. That's the easy way to do it. You do it that way. There's many other ways to do it through Naviance. That's the easy one. And then once you do actually submit your application to the college, like you're not applying to colleges through Naviance, you're just updating it. So once you actually submit the application, whether it's a Common App or something else, you're going to check this box so that we know that you've actually done the application as well. And then you're going to add the colleges using this button right here. So,
Does it automatically send an email to you or something?
it does, yep. And I'm going to go through all this different stuff as well so you know what different things mean. But what we're going to do is we're going to, colleges I'm applying to, so we went to colleges, we clicked on colleges I'm applying to, and we go to add to this list, and we're going to look up, about Christopher Newport. So we just type in Christopher Newport pops up, and so then we can click on it. And then I'm not going to click the request the transcript button because then I will actually request a transcript and confuse Mrs. Jolly. But then I'm going to go over type right now, but you need to know that type means are you going to apply early action, early decision, regular decision, or rolling admission. Those are pretty much the basic, those are the 4 basic ones. And that's really important that you choose the right one because that's going to populate the date that the transcript gets sent. So if you're going to apply early action to James Madison University, the early action deadline is usually November 1st. We're going to get a date up there that the transcript needs to be sent by November 1st. If you accidentally choose regular decision for James Madison, then we probably won't send the transcript until the regular admission date of like January 15th. So that's why that's really important. You can make sure that that date shows up. So we're going to do, I don't even know if Christopher Newport's early action, but we're going to do that. And the other thing is that they're going to give you choices. All the choices are going to be there for every college. So even if Christopher Newport isn't early action, I was just able to put that in there. So you do need to make sure that you know what you're applying and what you want to do. So click Add Colleges. And there is Christopher Newport right there. And you can see that their early action is December 1st. So that's why that deadline is important right there. Okay. Okay. So these are the categories on the colleges I'm applying to page, which is that page that I just had up. So you need to know what each thing means because it's going to be really helpful when you go in to check. You can be like, did Mrs. Jolly send my transcript? I just don't know. This is going to show you that whether or not we have and give you some other good information. So the first one, I just mentioned the type. You're going to pick regular, early action, early decision, or rolling. And I'm going to give you a nice slide about what each of those means and what the dates are. You're going to see the deadline right here, and based on, that's the deadline, that's the date that's gonna pop in based on how you apply, and we will send the transcripts based on that date. We will, so you just wanna make sure that that's the right date. If it's rolling admission means that there is no date. It can just be sent in whenever, and once it's received, they'll be able to make a decision, and we will prioritize those and try to get those in early. Just know that we will try to do that, but we won't be able to send a rolling admission package until we have your recommendations are all complete and your transcript is all up to date. So even if you apply a rolling decision to a college tomorrow, we're not going to send anything because it's not ready to go yet. Recommendations aren't written. We haven't updated transcripts yet. Okay, so the transcript over here, that's going to change to a green sent when we send it. And the office status here is going to go to a green initial material submitted when we send it. So, red means stop, green means go. So you want it to be green. Green, when you see the green, you know that everything's been sent. And then my app here will change to a green app submitted when you check that box that says you've submitted the application. And the results will change when you input the admission decision. So it's up to you when you get an admission decision to go back to Naviance and change that admission decision to accepted or waitlisted or declined, whatever letter you get. So we won't do that because we don't get the letters informing us. So any questions about that? There's good information there. Like I said, you'll be able to go through and review this if you need to. But I just want to help you figure that out. Okay, so the types of applications I mentioned, early decision means a November, December application deadline. Or if you apply early decision, it is binding. So that means you're saying that you're going to attend that university if you're accepted. And if you try to get out of it, there will be a financial repercussion of some sort. So you apply early decision if you are 100% sure that that's where you want to go. But you will receive an admission decision by Christmas. Early action also has the same November 1st, December 1st deadline for applications. It is non-binding. So if you are accepted, it doesn't mean you're committing yourself to going there. But it does give you an admission decision by Christmas. And did some questioning of admissions people this past year, and I talked to James Madison University, for instance. We have a lot of students that apply there. And they said that students that apply early action to JMU, if they are declined admission, early action, it means they would have been declined admission, regular decision anyway. If you are waitlisted, it means that they want to see more information. They'll want to see first semester grades or a new SAT or ACT score or something like that. And if you're accepted early action, you're accepted, and you're in, and you know that. So just an FYI, the applicant pool for a lot of colleges or for early action or early decision tends to be a little bit higher academically. So something to take in. You're kind of competing against higher academic students if you apply early action or early decision. But at the same time, according to JMU anyway, you're not going to, if you didn't get in early action to JMU, then you wouldn't get in anyway. So something to consider and think about. Regular decision, it's non-binding. There's usually a later application date of January to March. Students may want to do regular decision if they want to wait and give a new standardized test score or see first semester grades before the college makes a decision. So you can wait to do that if you want to. And they will receive an admission decision usually by April, sometime early April. And then rolling decision I mentioned was non-binding with no application deadline, and you will receive an admission decision within 3 to 4 weeks of completing the application file. So once the college receives your application, your high school transcript, and standardized test scores, and then if they require essays or letters of recommendation, once they receive all those pieces, then they'll let you know an admission decision within usually 3 to 4 weeks. And then some of you may be getting priority applications in the mail right now saying you need to apply by this certain date, because if you do, you could be eligible for scholarships and things like that. So it's very similar to early action. It's non-binding. Priority application is non-binding, but it's not necessarily, you may not get an acceptance letter before Christmas. You might have a later notification later on, but it will allow you to have priority for scholarships. If they say that, then they're going to consider you for scholarships first. So just an FYI. All right. So Naviance, requesting transcripts. You must request transcripts through Naviance at least 10 days before they are due to give poor Mrs. Jolly time to get everything together, upload it to Naviance, and send it out. So at least 10 days. So if you are applying early action and it's November 1st, that's when everything's due by November 1st, then you better make sure that by October 15th you put that request in so that we know. And you're going to go to the colleges tab, colleges I'm applying to. This is going to be your favorite little tab here. And you're going to click on request transcripts. That's where that nice purple arrow is right there. And I'll show it to you real quick. So it's up here. Right here, request transcripts. So if you didn't do it when you added the colleges, you can do it right there. And here are some application deadlines for you, just for your easy reference. If the application deadline is due November 1st, due to guidance by October 10th. It's due by November 15th. FYI, we are closed for Christmas, praise Jesus. So, but that means there are some January 1st deadlines or January 15th deadlines. That means you need to kind of get in a little bit more before 10 days before it's due. So if it's due January 15th, make sure you get it in by January 6th. If it's due January 1st, give us the 2 weeks before Christmas. So get it in by December 5th for us. Okay, teacher recommendations. So hopefully you have requested teacher recommendations already. But if not, and I'm not judging you too harshly if you haven't, but you need to do it. You're going to go to the colleges tab, colleges I'm applying to, and then scroll to the bottom for teacher recommendations, and I'll show you where that is. Nice little arrow though for future reference. When you click on that, teacher recommendations, you're going to, this other screen is going to pop up, and we'll show you real quick what you need to do, but you need, before you do this, if possible, since school's starting next week, I think this is realistic, you should ask each teacher in person or give them a call or shoot them a personal email and make sure that they are willing to write you a recommendation and that they're going to write you a good one. My brother actually was a really good student. He's a really nice guy. I'm a nice person. So my brother, of course, is a nice person. But he was a little bit of a smart aleck in high school and wanted to major in science. So we asked our science teacher to write him a recommendation, and she did. And the guidance counselor came to him and said, "You don't want to send this recommendation." So make sure that the teacher is going to write good things about you before they agree to it. And hopefully the teacher will say no if they're not going to write good things. Just an FYI. So my brother was saved, thank the Lord on that one. And then you also, there's a place to write a personal note in Naviance. You'll see real quick when I pull it up on the screen. To thank them and tell them what the deadlines are for the applications. And then definitely follow up with a handwritten thank you note or make them cookies or something, because some of these teachers write 10, 15 letters of recommendation and they put a lot of thought and time into them. So a personal thank you note means a lot these days. So I'll show you where that is real quick. Just gonna go to the next screen. Oh, one more caveat. You should also request no more than 2 letters of recommendation. You honestly aren't gonna need any more than 2, and if you do, request that 3rd one later on. You might need an extra one for scholarships or something, but only do 2, because I hate when teachers write letters that aren't used. And I'm going to write a letter of recommendation or do some sort of recommendation for everyone. So mine actually can count as 1. And you're going to do that wonderful survey for me, so I'm going to be able to write a brilliant letter of recommendation for you. So feel good about that. And if you do have a special circumstance, let us know, and you can certainly request a 3rd letter, not a problem. Let me show you that. Again, so colleges I'm applying to, you go down there, scroll down, there it is, teacher recommendations. So you click on the add or cancel request, and then you have this information here. You get a whole list of teachers to choose from, and I'm listed as well, but I'm going to write a letter anyway. So especially if you're applying Common App, I have to write a letter. If you apply to a non-Common App school, there's just a place for me to write kind of a paragraph about your classes and about your strengths academically. But there's your teachers there. If there's not a teacher listed, then let me know, or let Mrs. Jolly know, and we'll get them added to this list. If you want an outside letter of recommendation from a coach or from a pastor or someone like that, You can ask them to write the letter for you, and then you email it to me or Mrs. Jolly, and we'll upload it into Naviance and select it to send. Also, some of the colleges may only want one letter of recommendation, but you requested two, and so you need to let me know what one you want to be sent. Do you want mine to be sent, or do you we'll err on the side of the teacher? But if you ask two teachers, then you'll want to let me know which one you want sent. So you'll select the teacher, write your little personal note, hit update request, and you're in business. And the teacher will get an email saying that you've requested a recommendation from them, and that's how they'll be notified.
Does it show the person, because I know Ryan requested, his, and then and he had already done it, and they'd given him to him, but he wrote like a personal note and they would thank him because he had talked to them earlier.
Mhm.
But he got an email from one of the teachers saying, I saw that you need another, I wasn't sure if his personal note like showed up or.
They should be able to see it. Yeah, they should be able to. But if he had already requested it in person and they had written before he did the request of Naviance, then they might have been confused for that. So.
I just didn't know if they could see that.
Yeah, they should be able to if they know where to look. So. Yeah. All right. Okay, next, just real quick, I want to show you where the surveys are. Again, I was really pushing for you to complete the surveys, before the beginning of the summer. So hopefully you did, but if you didn't, you have to complete it. And if you don't, then a recommendation will be written for you. So you're going to go to the About Me tab, look for this where that lovely arrow is located. And again, high school extracurricular activities record must be completed before your transcripts are sent. And parents and students have access to that on Naviance. I kind of showed you where that was already. Parents, you should complete the brag sheet. And then just kind of an encouragement, the more detailed information that you give us in the surveys, the better and more detailed recommendation I can write, or the teachers can write for you. So the student information for recommendation survey is long. It just is. There's a lot of information. It's really good information. You don't have to do it all at once. You can start it, you can save it and go back to it, but just go through, just get it done, and give me the information so that I can start writing those letters of recommendation for you. Okay, so this is new this year. We're going to use Naviance for scholarships, and I'll show you how to do that, but basically you're going to go to the colleges tab and you're going to scroll to scholarships and money, and you'll click on the scholarship list. And I will tell you, there's no scholarships in there now. We're just starting to update it, and it takes a little while to get the database up and running. But you can scroll through the list and check the box to add the scholarship to your scholarship applications list. And I would encourage you to check back frequently because I'll add them as they come across my desk. So just know that that information is going to be there. It's going to look something like that, and I'll show you on the big screen so you can see it. Colleges, and then scholarships and money is just right here. And you're going to go to scholarship list. I don't think there's any. Yeah, there's not anything left, but that's where you'll click. And you can, like I said, click on scholarships to add them to the list. There might be scholarship applications available there. I'll include as many local scholarships as I hear of, any national ones, and you should be able to see when the deadlines are, and hopefully it'll be a really good resource for you guys to do that. And I'll make some announcements to you and let you guys know maybe when I update scholarships or when I do my monthly newsletter, I'll remind you, check the scholarships link in Naviance. All right, doing good. All right. So, how many of you know Mrs. Sandwell? Yeah, she's pretty awesome. She is passionate about scholarships. And this woman found many scholarships for her two children and got them to school pretty much for free. So, I contacted her and asked her to come and speak, and of course, she's busy, and I waited until like 2 weeks beforehand, so my bad. But she did email me some tips to, as far as kind of what she did to do scholarships. So parents especially take note, and students, you should take note too, because you're gonna be doing all the work. Your parents are just gonna be hounding you. So start early. So be starting now. You want to start searching the internet for scholarships right now. You need to stay organized. So she kept a folder with every bit of information for her students, 9th grade through the present, and she had them categorized with academics, community service, and leadership. And she would just put stuff in there so she knew, and then she could pull that out when the scholarship requested. Talk about your community service, talk about your leadership. She said apply for as many scholarships as possible. So when you go to the internet search engines, you're going to be asked very specific questions so that they can help narrow down what you're looking for as far as scholarships. So they'll ask about GPA, they might ask about your heritage, they might ask about if you're left-handed, those kinds of things. So answer all the questions because the more specific the scholarship is, the less number of people that are applying for it, so your chances bump up if it's a pretty specific scholarship and you qualify for it. You can use Naviance, the guidance Naviance information, but also something that I found, I'm one person, people, so it is really hard for me to keep up with every single scholarship that's out there. The public schools in your area, if you're from Chesapeake, Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Portsmouth, whatever, go to the public school website, the Norfolk Public Schools website, find the guidance page and find scholarships. And they're going to have more on there. So, and if you're a Norfolk resident, awesome, you can go for those. So just check your different areas, different ways to find scholarships. Your essays. Save all your essays because you're going to be able to tweak and reuse them for college applications, for scholarships, for many different things. Facebook posts, I don't know. So save them. Save them, save them. And then remember your target audience as you're writing them. If you're applying for the Norfolk Athletic Association scholarship, write an essay about how athletics has impacted your life. Don't write about your science class or something like that. So make sure your essay is specific to the question asked. Stay positive, present yourself in a good light, and make sure that it's proofread and make sure that everything is proofread. And she said it's okay to boast. There's a lot of students that don't like to talk about all their accomplishments or what they've been involved in or the awards they've won. And, it's good to be humble. It's good, but at the same time, there's a time and a place to talk about what you have done and what you have accomplished and what God has really blessed you with and allowed you to do. So this is the time to do that. So don't be shy. Talk about what you've done. And follow up on everything. Please listen to this. Follow up on everything. It is your job to call the college and make sure that the transcript got there. It's not our job. We're not going to call every college and make sure that the transcript got there. Some colleges are going to be nice and they're going to email you and say, hey, we're still missing your transcript, or hey, we're still missing your SAT scores. But if you think everything's been sent and you think you should have received an admission decision and you haven't, call that admission office right away. And they'll let you know what they're missing. And if it's a transcript and we already sent it, then we'll send it again if we need to. But please do that. And the same for scholarship application and essay. Make sure that they get it. Make sure it doesn't get lost in the mail or it doesn't get lost in their spam email or something like that. Okay, so wanted to real quick mention the college rep visits. You seniors, you're going to get to talk to admissions counselors from colleges and universities from all over the United States. And I'm going to make sure that you know how to do that and how to sign up for it. The way to do that is in Naviance. And also, I'm going to list them in morning announcements, so listen to the morning announcements about upcoming college rep visits. Seriously, meeting with college reps is the next best thing to actually visiting the college because they know a little bit about everything about the college. They can talk to you about the major that you're interested in. They can talk to you about athletics. They can talk to you about student activities. So, and honestly, there's usually only a handful of students that come, and so it's kind of personal to you. So I definitely encourage you to do that. And a great way for you to find out a little bit more about a college to see if you do want to visit. So you're going to sign up to meet with college reps through Naviance. You're going to go to, when you go to the colleges I'm applying to, we'll find that out real quick. You're going to click on the link here that says college visits, and it's going to take you to a place to sign up. You're just going to sign up real quick. I think you check a box, and you'll be added to the list, and then I'll just remind you. We'll send an email to you. And Naviance, I think, will send an email to you. Yep, you'll receive an email when a college list is done. And your colleges I'm applying to list, If a college rep is visiting from one of those colleges, you'll automatically receive an email from Naviance when that college rep is visiting. So the other thing, if there is somebody that you really want to talk to, for instance, I had a student last year that said, I really want to talk to East Carolina University. Can you please have a college rep from East Carolina University come and visit? So I called up their admissions office, got in touch with them, and we got a rep from East Carolina University to come and visit. So if there's a college that you really want to hear from, let me know, and I'll do my best to see if we can be a part of their travel schedule. So I'm going to go, oops, back up. We're getting there. We're just about done. You guys are doing great. So for college visits, we're going to go to colleges. There it is, upcoming college visits right here. And you can see that Pensacola Christian College is very on top of things. They actually emailed me in like June and said, we want to come visit in October. I said, okay. So you would click on this view upcoming college visits, and then you would sign up right here if you wanted to visit Pensacola. I think we had right around 30 college visits last year. So we had 30 reps come, and they were all listed here. Really easy to sign up and get information. I think this will take you to their website. All right. All right, switching gears a little bit, I'm going to talk about the Common Application. I want to give you guys some a little bit of an idea of what the Common App is all about, and show you what you need to do in Naviance with the Common Application. So first of all, the Common Application, it's a not-for-profit organization that serves students and member institutions by providing an online admission application for over 450 colleges and universities. So it's basically, you can fill out the information about yourself and your family only once, but many of the colleges, in fact all the colleges, will have separate college supplements that there'll be questions that each of the individual colleges require through the Common Application. And there are some colleges that will accept a Common Application, but they also have their own personal application that you can fill out. So it's going to be kind of up to you. If you are going to apply to more than one Common Application school, then obviously the Common App is the way to go. But if there's only one college that is Common Application and they also have a separate application that's their own, then choose the separate application. It'll be a lot less complicated. Let me just put it to you that way. And then there are essays through the Common Application. So the Common App website, if you just Google Common Application, it'll take you right to the Common App website, and you can see what colleges are listed on the Common Application there to find out if your college is one of them. On all of their admission web pages or home pages, they're going to also say that they accept or use the Common Application. So it's a big deal. Let's see. Here's some Common Application tips for you. First of all, if you're a rising senior, if you created your Common App account before August 1st, 2014, then you need to understand that all the information and the application was removed on July 23rd to get ready for the upcoming application season. So if anybody was all gung-ho and ready to go and started a Common Application before August 1st, then I'm sorry, you have to start again. But hopefully none of you did that. I had a couple of people at the July 24th senior college night that were like, seriously? So anyway, just FYI. The Common App Help Center has tons of tutorials and video tutorials and things like that, and other resources to help you if you get stuck with the Common App. Know that the Common App does not provide phone support. There is no 800 number to call if you have questions. It's an email. They're good. They'll answer your email, but just know that it's not going to be instant, like you're going to get a question answered right away. I'd encourage you to follow the Common App on Facebook or Twitter because they'll give you up-to-date information pretty regularly. They'll let you know what's going on. And for those of you who are interested and want to watch a tutorial before you tackle the Common Application, there's an 18-minute video here that will be helpful. So it's not too long, not too much of a time commitment to do that. So, and then here's some Common App important information that you need to know. So this is information that on the Common Application they might ask you about this. So if you need your guidance counselor name and title, there it is for you. the phone number for the guidance office, or for my phone number, the guidance fax number, and then you need to know that the GPA is based on a 4.0 weighted scale, and that we don't rank. So we can get you decile information, or we can get you your class rank if you need it, but we don't rank because we have a rigorous academic program and students in a small class. So students who are in, if you're 25 out of 50 students, that your class rank isn't too high, but you still may have over a 3.5 GPA at Norfolk Christian. So that's why we don't rank. It just doesn't, it's not favorable for you guys if we do that. However, we do know that some schools will need it for scholarships. And then the SEEP code is right there. It's also on the back of your junior college binder. So you'll need that. Okay, Naviance. After you complete your common application and sign the FERPA waiver. So you've completed the common application, you'll see all these different ways, or all these different sections that you have to do, and the FERPA waiver is a waiver that basically says that you will waive the right or don't waive the right to review your recommendation letters. Basically, we encourage you to waive your right because colleges might be like, why do they want to read their recommendation letters? Maybe something that we don't know about. So, and you have to complete that FERPA waiver or you can't match your common application up. Now, when I did this on July 24th, I couldn't show you the common app part on Naviance, but I think it's going to be up now, so that's going to be exciting. So you're going to go to the colleges tab, college that I'm applying to, and then you'll see a box, I'll show it to you, and you're going to put your email in there that you used for your common application. And once it's successful, it will say you're now successfully linked with Naviance in the common application, and then and only then can we send your transcripts to a common app school. So, and I'll show you that real quick. Hopefully it'll be there. That'll be exciting. And if it's not, it should be there soon. Oh, it's not. Darn it. All right, it's going to be on the top of this page right here. And if it's not, if you guys get really confused and you're not sure what's going on, let me know. I'm here to help. I promise you, I'm here to help. And you guys are putting in the time right now to figure out what's going on, so I'm really happy to help you. So, but it will be on the top of this page right up here. All right. Any questions about that? Yeah.
Now, if you apply to some colleges that don't have Common App, where do the transcripts fall?
It's the same thing. It's the same page. The biggest thing is that we can send those transcripts before you complete the application.
That was my question.
Yeah. Where we can't, it will not allow us to actually send the transcripts to the Common App school until that's matched up.
Okay.
So, and like I said, it'll say you're ready to go, or it'll say you haven't matched your Common App account with your Naviance account. You need to do that. So, but yeah, and I can help you again. I can help you if you're like, I don't know, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. So, all right, yeah. So a few more slides, and I think we'll be done in the next probably 10 minutes or so. So, college athletics, if any of you are planning on going NCAA, all athletes expecting to participate in college sports must submit their transcript to the NCAA clearinghouse through Naviance. So you go into Naviance, you can actually in those, to add the colleges that I mentioned, you can add the NCAA clearinghouse to that to request a transcript. If you haven't already, you have to register with the NCAA clearinghouse. You should do that tonight when you get home if you haven't done it yet. Because you need to get that information in there, you need to get a transcript uploaded, and this is how some recruiting can happen this way as well. I encourage you though not to just rely on the NCAA clearinghouse for coaches to find you. If you're interested in a college and you want to play sport in a college, whether it's D1, D2, D3, NAIA, anything like that. If you want to play a sport, you need to let the coach know that you're interested in them. And most, if not all, colleges will have an athletic homepage, and they'll have a recruit form on their athletics page that you can go and fill out, and they'll ask you like your height, your weight, what any awards or accolades that you have for that specific sport. So if you were the MVP for soccer, if you know, how high you did on the pole vault or whatever, something like that. You'll want to put that information in there. And you want to start filming games. And they'll want to see a highlight video, but not just a highlight video. They want to see an entire game. They want to see how you do over a quarter of basketball or over a half a soccer game or whatever. They want to see that because they know everybody is brilliant for 5 seconds, you know, every other game. And so anybody can put together a highlight reel, but they really want to see how you do over the span of a quarter or a half a game or half of a soccer game or something. And then you can schedule a time to meet with the coach and meet with the team. And you need to do that because, I played soccer in college and it was pivotal. Like, my teammates were my best friends and I was in all their weddings. And they really impact your coach impacts and has an influence on you. So you want to make sure that you gel with the coach and that you gel with the team and that you feel like it's a good fit because you're spending a lot of time and they have a lot of influence over you while you're in college. And then Coach Allen or Lindsay Ross can answer any specific NCAA questions that you have. All right. So just some, words of wisdom as we finish up here. As you're planning, getting ready for college applications, I encourage you to set up an email account that you use just for your college applications. And it needs to be a professional email address. Gave you a couple of examples right there. Because college admissions people make fun of the really weird and inappropriate email addresses that they see on college applications, and they kind of judge you. So, set up a professional email address, and then you want to check it frequently. Colleges are going to send you a lot of mail and a lot of email, and the colleges, so these are for the colleges that you're applying to. You want to read their emails. You don't want to miss something. You want to find out when they might have application fee waivers or when they might have special visit days for your major or financial aid deadlines or, hey, we're still missing your SATs. I thought I sent that 2 months ago. You just want to make sure, and also when you're accepted, they're going to send you an acceptance email. You might get that before a letter in the mail, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I really encourage you to do that. Be aware that colleges and universities can and will check your social media sites. So just be careful what you post on Facebook, Twitter, etc. They can access it, and just know that. I really encourage you to visit your top 3 colleges more than once and to spend a night in the residence halls if you can. Get a good feel for what students are really like when there's not any admission people around, and that's really important. You can also ask to meet with faculty and sit in on a class, and I really encourage you to do that. They may not offer it initially on the website, but every college should try to accommodate that for you. And again, professors are going to influence you. Classes, how they teach are important. And you need to know, how do I like sitting in a 300 or 500 person lecture hall versus a class of 30? You've never experienced that. You need to experience that and see if you like it. And just remember, when you visit and as you're going through this whole process, you're looking for the right fit. So there's a quote that I really like. It says, college is a match to be made, not a prize to be won. You're going to be spending, hopefully, just 4 years at a college, and these are going to be super formative years for you. You're going to make your best friends and maybe meet your spouse, and you're going to find a career and choose a major and be a part of athletics and clubs and things like that. So look for something that's a good fit for you, that is kind of your home away from home, where you can learn and where you can grow and you can become all that God wants you to be. So I really encourage you to do that. And then just a reminder, your junior college notebook, I wasn't going to go back and forth and have you look at that, but there's really good information there. And I'll go over that briefly just to remind you what's in there. When I gave that to you in November, college seemed a long way off. It is not a long way off anymore. So you may not have looked it over, but now it's going to be really applicable to you. So there's a much detailed calendar or planning schedule in your notebook. I just wanted to do a slide for fall, spring, and summer, so just to highlight some stuff. And like I said, there's even more details in your college info notebook that you can refer to. So for fall, starting now through December, schedule an individual meeting with me to discuss your college and career plan, and I'll actually be calling all of you seniors down to come and meet with me during a study hall or during lunch or a free period, so just expect that. I want to hear how you're doing. And then continue to work hard and earn the best grades that you can this semester, because colleges look at everything. So they will look at your senior year academics, and they will, when you're accepted to a college during your senior year, it's a conditional acceptance. They'll yank it if you don't do well your senior year, if they see something that they don't like, because we're going to send a final transcript after you graduate, and if they're like, what happened to this person? They can revoke that acceptance. It's conditional until after they receive that final transcript. So you do need to continue to work hard. For some of you, that's a good thing, because maybe you're like, man, I could have done a lot better freshman through junior year. Well, now you get to prove yourself your senior year. Colleges will look at, especially at that first semester, or the first quarter, first semester. So work hard, don't give up. Know that it does make a difference. So remember that. You should register for the fall SAT or ACT, attend college fairs, meet with college reps, visit colleges. We're going to be hosting a Christian college fair here in October. There's a lot of college fairs in the area, and I'll make sure you know those dates and locations in my newsletter. So great time to find out more about colleges. And then make sure you're applying this fall to your short list of colleges and requesting your transcripts and continuing to search for scholarships. In the spring, made it through that first semester, so January through May. Remember, we're closed during Christmas. The FAFSA, that's the free application for federal student aid, and I would encourage you to get that in by February 1st. Parents, especially, you can estimate your taxes. I don't know how many of you are going to have your taxes done by February 1st, probably nobody. But you can estimate it and then update the numbers once you get your taxes done. You just log back into the FAFSA and put the numbers in there. Get that information in there so that colleges can award scholarships and get you a financial aid package. Continue to work on scholarship applications. There's scholarships that will be available through March and April. And keep your eyes open for college acceptance letters, financial aid award letters. Keep working hard, resist senioritis. You can do it. And then May 1, just know that May 1st is a big deadline for colleges. That's the National Day of Declaration or decision for you guys. You don't need to let a college know whether or not you're attending that college until May 1st, unless you apply early decision. Then that is kind of the binding thing. But you have time to get financial aid packages, compare financial aid packages, visit again if you have to in April. There's a lot of acceptance, college acceptance days that colleges will do and give you one more opportunity to look at them. So just know you have until May 1st to make a decision, accept their offer of admission. And then summer, you've graduated, praise the Lord. You're going to make a list of what you need for your dorm room. You'll get, as an accepted student, you'll have a portal you can go into and get all sorts of great information. Really encourage you to connect with your roommates, and actually put a little plug in there. You should start praying for your roommates now. I know I was nervous with roommates and who I was going to get. Start praying that God will put the right person there, and the right person is going to be the one that God has for you. And they may not be your best friend, and they may challenge you a lot, but it's for a reason. You might need to be learning some stuff. But maybe they will be your best friend, and maybe they won't challenge you. But just start praying now for that person or people. Make sure your immunizations and shots are up to date. And then if your college offers a summer orientation or a registration day, go. This is your opportunity to meet other new students, to just really feel good about the college and where you're going to be attending, and to understand it and know it. It's a whole different perspective when you realize that you're actually going to be attending there than when you're just a prospective student. So, all right, we are seriously almost done. Yes. So, other resources in the notebook, just a reminder, financial aid and scholarship information, athletes, there's military service academies, there's information on why or why not to attend a Christian college, 25 common myths about college, there's suggested readings, there's helpful websites, there's a glossary of college admission terms to help navigate through that whole lingo, and then there was information in there about Wells Fargo, there's a financial aid journey in 5 steps. I gave you, I think, that spiral notebook as well. You should have gotten that, but I don't know where that, if you still have it, so they were out there for you to pick up as well. So good stuff in there. And finally, I just wanted to talk a little bit about family responsibilities and then guidance responsibilities. So families, students, parents, it's up to you. Attend meetings, so congratulations, you've done the first one. Thank you so much. Keep coming to them. Have a few more through the year. Stay informed, stay on top of things. I'm going to do my best to make sure that the information is available to you. You need to come here and make sure you know it. Understand and use Naviance regularly. Update as needed. Manage your applications and request your transcripts through Naviance. I would encourage you to create a timeline to ensure you meet all your college application and scholarship and financial aid deadlines. There are a lot of deadlines. And if you're applying to 5 colleges, that's 5 colleges worth of deadlines you need to manage. So figure out the best way to do that. Again, contact each admission office to verify receipt of applications, transcripts, and test scores. And read your emails from the guidance office. I promise you right now, I'm not going to send you an email that does not have important information in it. Now, it might not be specific to you because I might send something about something for engineering majors, but it is going to be important. Open them. I'm going to do a guidance newsletter every month that's going to have visit days and scholarship information and important information that you need to do or you need to know about. So even if you don't read the whole thing, just look at it, scan the beginning, look for them, and check your spam email too, because sometimes Naviance emails will end up in spam, and sometimes my emails will. So make sure you check your spam email. And then ask for help when needed. I really hope that you feel like I'm here to help you, that you find me approachable, that my door is open. I am here for you. I want to make sure that you get into the college that you want to get into, and that all the paperwork gets in, that I can help you make a really good decision. So I'm here for you. Feel free to use me. And my responsibilities, like I said, I'm going to communicate with you as many ways as possible. I want to make sure that you are informed. We will, both Mrs. Jolly and I will make sure that we respond to requests in Naviance. And just remember, we're sending transcripts based on that date in Naviance. I'm going to look to schedule college reps. So if I know that you're really interested in a college, I'm going to do my best to get the college reps in here to talk to you. I'm going to provide information and guidance on financial aid and scholarships, and I am going to be available for you for individual meetings, for questions, for advice, whatever you need. So, all right, real quick, these are the senior project dates for you guys. Totally switching gears. So senior project dates are here. Mrs. Wetzel just had her baby. She had a little girl. Her name is Lucy. She's really cute. But she's on maternity leave until like the second week of September. So once she's back from maternity leave, she's going to have a big group meeting for all you seniors, and she's going to hand out the packets. In the meantime, the information should be available. We'll put it up on the website. But these dates are going to be in there so you can see when your proposal is. And then if you do have any questions about the senior project, then you can email Mrs. Wetzel. She is checking her email, and she's really good about responding, so feel free to contact her if you have any questions. And then upcoming events, I mentioned the essay. I wanted to make sure you have the senior trip on your calendar, and then the Christian College Fair and Financial Aid Seminar is Tuesday, October 7th. And this will be the only opportunity, parents, this will be the only opportunity to actually attend a financial aid seminar that we host at Norfolk Christian. It'll be, it's going to be the same representative from Regent University. Her name is Michelle Wilcher. She's awesome, just a wealth of information, and does a great financial aid presentation. There'll be 2 opportunities for you. There'll be one, I think it's at 10:45 in the morning, during the college fair in the morning. And then we're doing a new evening session, a college fair, and then a financial aid session. I think it's going to be at 7:30 or 7:45. But you'll get more information on that. But I'm super excited, so we'll have 2 college fairs, 2 opportunities for college fairs and financial aid seminars this year. I think that's it. Guidance office, here's who we are. We are here to help you. Here's our contact information. One thing I wanted to mention, and I'll try to put this out in an email, is there's a really cool scholarship app. I have it on my phone. I'll tell you what it is. I've given it to a couple of people that I've met with, and I actually had someone come up and say, that scholarship app that you gave me is really cool. It's really good. So it's called called Scholarship Advisor, www.scholarshipadvisor.com. I do think I have it for iPhone. I'm pretty sure there's one available for Android, more than likely. And it's pretty sweet. Gives you some featured scholarships. You can search by detail and stuff like that. So definitely encourage you to get it on your phone, and when you're bored in the dentist office or something, or waiting around for something, you can search for scholarships. So